Hi gang. I just got a Quad Cortex and I'm really excited, really enjoying playing it. But one of the things I noticed the other day was I could feel some latency. So I contacted support and they said something like, there is no latency. So I decided I'm going to do a test. So I'm going to show you the test. I've got my Quad Cortex, as you can see. I've got some of my own presets. So I'm going to do presets with just models, preset with a capture, and so on. And how I'm going to do this is there is a tool within Logic Pro called the I/O plugin, which allows you to check the audio latency. Now, by the way, I'm not checking the USB latency here. So I'll go into my setup in a second. Okay, so before I go any further, please hit like and subscribe. Comments are really welcome, your engagement and your comments and challenges on this. In fact, on this, if you've got any suggestions to improve the latency, because I think I can actually feel it. But let's have a look and see what you think. Okay, so what have I got set up here? So I've got a cable coming out of the back of my audio interface, and that's going into the QC. Let me just switch the camera and you can see. So this, can't really see it, can you? This cable here is in the input and that's coming straight out of my audio interface. The cable here is going into the front of my audio interface. So basically there's something going out of my audio interface into the front of the Quad Cortex, and then it's going out of the output into the back. And then when I press this button here, ping, what happens is the I/O plugin sends a little noise. You might hear it on the recording, and basically it measures how long from when it sent it out to when it got it back. Now this is an offset against the USB latency, so it's not the same. This is in addition to the USB latency, but of course I'm not interested in that because I'm not normally playing my Quad Cortex through the USB. Just to show, so let's go, and now the answer it shows here is in samples, so I can go and set this to 0. In fact, maybe I double click it. No, I can't. Okay, there you go, it's close enough. And when I click this button, you might have heard the little click. 206 samples. Now what I've done over here is I've set up a little spreadsheet. So if I type 206 samples, it tells me what the latency is in milliseconds. And to be honest with you, 4.29 blah 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 milliseconds is nothing worth worrying about. So that's 4.29. So I'm going to change to a preset now. I made a note to myself here, it's 1C. And as you can see on the screen, I've got a capture on this one. It's somebody else's capture. Custom 3SE. I have no idea what that is. Anyway, so I've got a capture on this one. Let's see what's happened. Now I'll just bring the latency offset down and see what happens. 266. It's a little bit more, but not terrible. Now I've got a preset here on H, and that's got 2 captures on it. You can see, I'll just tap each one. That one's an Ibanez, TS9, and that one's a Mesobuki TC50, as you can see. What happens when I press ping? Wow, 656. 13.6 milliseconds. Now I think this is getting into the domain of being able to feel it. You can give your opinions down below if you like, but I think that is getting into the domain of feeling it. 13 milliseconds. Now there are presets with a lot more captures on them, and so let's just have a look at those. Okay, I found a preset with a lot of captures. This one has got about 5 or 6 on them. Let's just ping it first with, I think, just 3 of them on. Now that's actually lower, which is a little bit odd. So this is preset 3C, and that one's come through at 495. Now if I start turning on, by the way, that Benson GE boost is a really, really nice boost. 515 now that I've turned one up. Let's put another one on. Still 515. I think it's going to go a bit crazy, to be honest. Oh, no, of course, because I didn't actually turn it on. Oh my goodness, a lot of noise coming through. 1103. So this is now 3C with, what can I see on the screen? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 captures, and it goes out to 1103. Look at this, 23 milliseconds of latency on this preset. Now, of course, I do understand that it's understandable because there's a lot of processing going on, but 23 milliseconds is nowhere near zero latency. So that I would say there is noticeable latency, and it just depends on what your preset is. Anyway, that was a very quick video with some calculations here. Feel free to leave your experience down below in the comments, and as always, please hit like, please hit subscribe if you want to see more of these complete nerd videos. Thanks a lot. See you next time.